understand.
What up, you guys? Welcome back to Feral Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich. Daily uploads to open up my own shop. And today I want to talk about going live on TikTok. I have tried live before, not very successful at it. Definitely not my cup of tea. But it's something that I see as a potential to a means to an end. I'm going to start this with an example. I like skateboarding. As many of you guys who have watched the channel know, really enjoy the skateboard community, culture. I've been skating since I was 10, so a long time. I've been reading comics just as long as I've been skating, and for me, they kind of went hand in hand. Beyond that point, I remember watching a recent video by Andy Schrock of Revive fame, of the skateboard company known as Revive. And in it, he's talked about how at the end of the day, daily, they get like an hour session in where they all just kind of skate as a team, as a company. And I was like, man, that's so cool. But then in my mind, I was like, why don't they live stream that? Like, I would watch that. And I think a lot of other people would. And if you do that daily, like, that's not a bad means to an end. That's something that you guys were already doing. So it's not like you're running the live in order to, you know what I mean? Like, you're not doing this thing in order to do a live. You do that, just set a camera, don't even talk to anybody, don't think about it. And that's what made me think of, like, well, who doesn't like watching live streaming of making art or bookbinding? There's a bookbinding channel that I follow on TikTok, and like they'll be stuck making books and I'll just watch it. Another one that I follow a lot is a print shop, and a lot of it that they show is the screen printing of it. You know, and I'll get lost in that because I enjoy the craft and the process of all that. And it just made me feel like there's so much that I do that obviously I don't want to record, I don't want to document, I don't want to talk. Someone else might find it interesting to see my process in making zines, or when I start bookbinding and things like that. And if it's something that will, one, promote kind of what we're doing, why not? And if it's something that will also bring in a side revenue, like, why not? Like, all these things are going to help us build something stronger and better for the company, for Feral Publication. And so for me, as always, I try to set like a structure to it. And so I'm going to try to do 2 to 3 lives a week moving forward. And what those lives will be, I don't know. Like today, I was literally fixing up my comic book collection and trying to get it more well organized. And I thought that would make a good video. And I had some people stop by and trip on some of the comics that I have. And, you know, not really understanding, like, why would you pick that comic? You know, like, why is that comic in your to read pile of like my continuous creative well kind of pile, where like I pick these out all the time? But yeah, man, if I don't have enough on my plate, I decide to just put a little bit more. But again, I'm not going to be doing the live streams the way I've seen people do it, where they're really talking, engaging, but rather hit the camera, hit record while I draw, sketch, while I print zines, right? While I package orders, while I, you know, look through comics. I was even thinking like just doing it like me reading comics or whatever. And that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it, because I think there's a lot of people that as well, right? I reflect on like who would like Feral Publication, someone like me, right? And like, what do I watch? I watch people binding books. I watch people making zines. I watch people package orders, right? So like, why wouldn't I do that since I'm already doing that shit? You know what I mean? And not spam the community or anything, because you stop out in the live, but it doesn't mean it goes straight into your live like catalog or nothing. Like, it just disappears after that live session. So that's what I'm up to, man. Now I'm throwing some more work on me. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and guess what? We'll just keep this shit up. Lates.